Hi there, my name's Ryan and I'm going to teach you how to use the Fahrenkrug Lab wax printer today. So to start, we've got an image that we want to print pulled up in our preview. You can do this with a PDF, Word document, probably some sort of Illustrator file if you wanted, anything that you can print. Then you're going to pull up the print dialog. This is already selected. Set your landscape, any parameters you want, and then just print as you would. Any computer that's on the Ethernet and on the lab Wi-Fi can connect to it, and I'll walk you over to the printer and show you what happens from there. Okay, so now that we've printed, we can just grab this off the printer. Got our very shiny, high-resolution wax print here, and from here we can put this on the hot plate if we want to make the wax sink through the paper. So we're over here at the hot plate. This is a little bit bigger than you'd want to do if you were making, for example, a sensor or some sort of device that would have fluid on it, because you wouldn't be able to melt the entire thing. But for demonstration purposes, we're just going to only melt part of it. You're going to turn your hot plate up to about 100 degrees, minimum of 90, and you're just going to leave it until you see the kind of color and shininess of the wax start to change just a little bit. As the wax starts to sink in, you might notice a slight color change. You can see the little green coloration to it compared to up top here. And you'll just want to ensure that the whole area you'd like to melt is exposed to the hot plate and goes through that slight color change. But make sure not to touch it or your fingerprints will get onto the surface of the wax. When you're ready to pull it off, if you're using a smaller piece of paper, you can use these flat tipped tweezers, but I'll just pick it up by the part that's not touching the stove. So as you can see, we're not quite done yet, but the wax has certainly started to set in. I'll leave that on for just a little while. Alright, so I've got that pulled off the hot plate, and now you can see if I drop water up here, it's going to sink into the paper a little bit, but if I drop some water on top of the wax, it beads up really nicely. And it'll do the same on both sides if you let it set into the paper like that. Perfect for if you want to hold a little bit of fluid or design some sort of device that is partially absorbent. Just a good tool to have. If you want to use the wax printer from your laptop or something, you're going to need to grab the IP address and put it in, and that changes from time to time. If you just go over to the display here and click on information and printer identification, you can see the IPv4 address, which is all you need to punch into your computer to get it to work.